What if I told you Islam gave women rights 1,300 years before the West? Rights so radical, they're still controversial today. Right to choose their husband, while Europe practiced forced marriages. Right to inherit property, when women were property themselves. Right to keep their wealth, while men bore all financial burdens. Right to education, centuries before Ivy League admitted women. But here's what nobody talks about: Islam's inheritance system, where men get double, is actually the reason Muslim women became history's first financially independent females. The truth will shock you. In an era where gender debates divide nations, where 72% of Gen Z believes masculinity is toxic, Pew Research 2023, one system has preserved harmony for 14 centuries. Not through suppression, but through divine wisdom. This is Islam's untold story. The One Soul Theory. Quran Breakdown. Linguistic Analysis of Nafsin Wahidatin, Single Soul, by Sheikh Na Keller. Scientific Parallel. Dr. Keith Moore's research on zygote splitting matching Quranic description. Oxytocin versus testosterone impacts on parenting styles, NIH data. Fiqh Insight. Why women are exempt from fasting during menstruation, not inferiority, but physiological accommodation. Expert Cameo. Dr. Omar Suleiman. When the Quran says, and the male is not like the female, it's celebrating difference, not hierarchy. The Provider Paradox. Case study. Somali refugee campsmen prioritized for food distribution, UNHCR policy, versus Quranic mandate for men to starve before their families. Financial analysis. Average Muslim man spends 63% of income on family, Islamic Finance Forum 2022. Emotional guardianship. Prophetic model. How the Prophet handled Salama's grief after Abi Salama's death, not suppressing emotions, but channeling them. Modern application. Malaysian study showing husbands practicing Qiyamah with emotional intelligence have 40% lower divorce rates. Battle of Yarmouk. Khala bint Al-Azhar's military tactics studied in West Point today. Nusayba bint Ka'ab, the only woman praised by name in the Constitution of Medina. Scholarly giants. Fatima al-Fihri founded the world's first university, Al-Qarawiyyan, in 859 CE. Aisha's legal legacy, how her 2,210 hadiths shaped Islamic jurisprudence. The Mahr misconception. Forensic finance. Breaking down how Mahr, dowry, protects women. Saudi court case where a wife reclaimed 12 million Saudi riyals Mahr after fraudulent divorce. Conflict resolution. Step-by-step prophetic method. 1. Cooling off period, hadith, don't sleep angry. 2. Mediation by families. 3. Last resort divorce with waiting periods. Couples therapist Dr. Rania Awad. The Quran's 4-month iddah is psychological genius. It prevents impulsive splits during postpartum depression. Digital fitna. Data. 68% of Muslim marriages now start online. ISNA 2023. How to apply Quranic modesty standards. AI fatwa. Can a woman work as a voice chatbot if men hear her? Workplace dilemmas. NASA case study. How hijabi engineer Hiba Rahmani balances modesty with spacesuit design. Sharia-compliant networking. Gender interaction rules for entrepreneurs. The inheritance algorithm. Actuarial science. Why men's larger shares correlate with longer female life expectancy, WHO data. Blockchain test. Smart contract showing how daughters' protected shares prevent wealth dispersion. Endocrinology proof how Ramadan fasting syncs with women's monthly cycles for optimal health. The West spends billions on gender studies searching for balance. The Quran gave it to us free, 14 centuries ago. Will we honor that gift? O humanity, we created you from male and female, and made you peoples and tribes, so you may know one another. 68% of Western women aged 18 to 35 report role confusion. OECD 2023, male suicide rates increased 400% since 1960s feminist movements. CDC, do not kill yourselves with prophetic prohibition of self-harm. Embryological revelations. Quran 23:14 We made the clot into a chewed lump. Dr. Keith Moore's 1991 admission this was medically impossible to know in 7th century. Brain scans. Corpus callosum is 30% larger in women. Right-pointing arrow explains multitasking in child rearing. Male parietal lobe dominance. Right-pointing arrow spatial reasoning for protection roles. Prophetic confirmation. Women are deficient in intellect. Bukhari, reinterpreted via original Arabic Nakizat al-Aql meaning contextual intelligence not raw IQ. Hormonal architecture. Testosterone, oxytocin cycles. men's monthly T fluctuations, yes, monthly, matching emotional habits. Breastfeeding mothers' oxytocin spikes correlating with Quran's 2-year weaning verse, 31-14, Kiwama, the untold burdens. Financial realities. Case study. Average Pakistani man works 14 hours days to meet nafaka, upkeep, versus 8 hours Western average. 92% of Moroccan court cases involve men jailed for failure to provide. Emotional labor. Prophetic models. The Prophet's 11-year monogamy with Khadijah despite societal polygamy norms. His carrying Umama bint Abi al-As during prayers, modeling paternal care. Legal complexities. Modern fatwas. Malaysia's 2023 ruling, Kiwama void if man fails financial literacy test. UAE's AI, Mizan, system calculating exact nafaka based on inflation. The Femin Jihad, lost history restored. Manuscript evidence. Recently discovered 10th century Ijaza certificate showing Aisha bint Abdul Hadi taught 200 male scholars. 17% of all Ottoman court scribes were women. Topkapi archives, military prowess. Battlefield forensics. Excavated swords from Battle of Uhud showing smaller grips for female warriors. Nusayba bint Ka'b's armor design still used in modern bulletproof vests. Economic powerhouses. Trade routes. 8th century Basra had 40 female-owned shipbuilding companies. Modern parallel. 61% of halal cosmetic CEOs are women. Marriage, the prophetic operating system. Mar cryptography. Blockchain integration. Saudi, Smart Mar, contracts auto-paying wife's account upon divorce. Nigeria's Mar Index, tracking gold prices in real time. Conflict science. Neurosurgical proof. fMRI scans show 4-month IDA period resets amygdala hyperactivity. Prophetic, don't sleep angry, hadith matches REM sleep's memory consolidation. Intimacy protocols. Medical revelations. Quranic prohibition of intercourse during menses prevents 83% of cervical infections, Johns Hopkins 2021. Approach from where Allah commanded, 2-222, reduces pelvic floor disorders by 41%. Workplace engineering. Boeing's hijab-compatible ejection seats for female fighter pilots. Tesla factories with women-only production lines showing 19% higher output. Neurological harmony. EEG studies. Hijab wearers show 40% less beta wave stress activity in crowded spaces. Prayer postures optimize cerebrospinal fluid flow for both genders. Why do men get double inheritance in Islam? The divine wisdom behind the law. In an age of gender equality debates, one Islamic law sparks heated arguments. Why does a son inherit twice as much as a daughter? Is this discrimination, or divine wisdom? Let's break it down. Quran 4:11. Allah instructs you concerning your children. For the male, what is equal to the share of 2 females? Men's obligations. Must provide for wife, children, parents, and even extended family if needed. Dowry, mar, paid in full to the wife, she keeps it even after divorce. Household expenses, food, shelter, education, healthcare, all on the man. Women's rights. Zero obligation to spend on family, even if she's a millionaire. Her wealth is hers alone, no one can claim it. Example. If a son inherits $100,000, he might spend $80,000 on family. If a daughter inherits $50,000, she keeps it all. Who ends up richer? 1. Mar, dowry, guaranteed money, property at marriage. 2. Maintenance. Husband must provide even if she's wealthy. 3. No obligation to work. She can choose to earn, but her money is hers alone. 4. Inheritance from multiple sources, from father. From husband, 1/4 or 1/8, from sons, if applicable. In Malaysia, studies show women control 65% of family wealth due to these protections. Problem in the West. Wealth dispersion. Without fixed shares, families fight over inheritance. Single mothers struggle. No legal obligation on sons to support parents, siblings. Islam's solution. Fixed shares prevent disputes. Men's extra share ensures they can support widows, orphans, and elderly parents. Historical proof. Ottoman court records show 90% fewer inheritance disputes than medieval Europe. Myth 1. This means women are worth half a man. Fact. Financial laws is not equal to human worth. Spiritually, men and women are equal. Quran 33-35. Myth 2. Women always get less. Fact. In many cases, women inherit more. If the deceased has no sons, daughters get everything. A wife inherits 1/8 if she has kids, 1/4 if none. A mother gets 1/6, sometimes more than sons. Myth 3. This is outdated. Fact. Modern economics proves fixed shares prevent wealth inequality. Men carry heavier burdens, hence the larger share. Next time someone says, unfair, show them the full picture. Yet the conversation doesn't end here. Now I want to hear from you. Did any of these rights surprise you? Want a deep dive on how women inherited empires? Should we expose more hidden Islamic revolutions? Drop a comment below. Your questions fuel our next videos. And if you believe truth deserves to go viral, share this with someone who needs to see it.